Hey, Danny. So, say I'm a first time. I know nothing about Christianity. It's my first time. I fell off the wagon yesterday, so to speak.
Okay. Yeah.
How do I get saved?
Or even what is this even?
What is saved?
What is this about?
Right.
You know. First of all, I want to take us to a story that I feel like I finally understood for the first time this past year. It's in the scriptures. Jesus took a blind man and he led him outside of the city and he made mud and he put it on his eyes and he prayed for the blind man. And he asked him, "Do you see?" He said, "I see men as trees." And then he prayed for him again. And the second time when he got done praying for him, he could see. And I saw I, at least what I drew from it is sometimes enlightenment to Christ comes slow. And so people may just show up and say, "What is this? What does it mean to be saved?" And you may get a little bit of enlightenment right off the bat. And then sometimes you get it all the way. Sometimes people see it all the way, but some people see it in stages. And that's why as a church, it's very important not to be judgmental and to give people space because God may be enlightening them. They may be having to unlearn a lot of things. The Spirit of God may be having to unlearn some things out of them for them to be able to hear the question they ask.
Yeah.
How do I get saved?
I totally agree, Danny. I always, I've said it before. I got saved when I was 7, so a lot of this made sense to me from the beginning. But I've heard stories of other people who have been in the church and all their lives, and even a deacon in the church, and then they didn't get saved until they were in the church for 20, 30 years, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden it made sense to them one day.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you that unless the Spirit of God draws you, you can't be saved.
Right.
It takes that drawing and that unction of the Spirit, pricking you. That's why when it said you were lost and he found you, it's because you have no way of getting out of the holy grain. You don't even know you're lost.
Right. Right. And so to answer the question, how do you know that he's drawing you? Well, if you're asking the question, how do I get saved? Then he's drawing you,
Right.
right? And being saved, salvation is, my mom explained it to me just as easy as ABC. I mean, we acknowledge that I'm lost. I need my sins forgiven, and he's the Christ. We acknowledge, we believe, and
Yeah.
we confess.
So what makes me lost?
What makes you lost is your scripture says we're born into sin. We're lost because Adam and Eve. It really goes back that far. Adam and Eve was born or was created in good relationship with God. And sin, when they partook of the fruit, or when they decided to just go against the will of God, even and partake of the fruit, that separated holy God now to sinful man. So every person born at that point were born into sin. Now, when Christ came, he basically became a bridge. When he said, "If I'll be lifted up, I will draw all men unto me," he became a bridge for sinful man to be able to be reconnected to holy God. And so when he shed his blood as a sacrifice, that blood, that perfect blood that he had, because he was perfect, it makes atonement to the believer who will confess their sins to him, and we confess, "Lord, I'm a sinner. I need you. I need saved. Forgive me of my sins."
Hmm.
It salvation is really that easy.
But Danny, I'm a good person though.
But I'm a good person. I hear that. Well, it's still all sinned and come short of the glory.
So
No
you're
man.
saying just one sin? I mean, I messed up one time.
Well, first of all, that's a lie. uh, Yeah, you have to be born again. You have to be born of the Spirit, right? No man can come to the Father except by me.
Yeah.
So yes, we need to ask for forgiveness of our sin.
I think what happens lots of times when someone says, "But I'm a good person. I just did one sin."
Right.
No one said just one sin. I
Right.
about guarantee that one. But what they're doing is they're trying to justify themselves instead of letting Christ do the justification, just as if I never sinned,
Right. Right.
okay, which only Christ can do and take that punishment and wipe that away. We're trying to justify it ourselves. When you get before God, it's not going
It's
to
not
work.
going to hold up, is it? No. No. But for the one who did, confess their sins to God and forgiven, and he stands before God. It's just like we're at the time of year right now. It's Passover's coming up this week. This is Holy Week. It's just like the lamb that was slain way back in the Old Testament story when the children of Israel was leaving Egypt and they had to kill a lamb and put a perfect lamb and put the blood on the doorpost. And the angel said, if I see the blood, I'll pass over thee and my judgment will not come on you. And that's how it is with Christ. We may be a good person,
So what if I
you
just
know?
took my own blood and put it on the
Yeah.
doorpost?
Yeah. Well, it's not going to work.
It's not spotless.
No, it's not spotless. He was born of a virgin. He's spotless. He's perfect, right? And that's the only blood that will atone for sins. And it's just, I've been to churches where the gospel's preached and you can be brutal with it and make people feel like they're just dirty, rotten, filth. And I don't really think that's how it should be.
Right.
We should come to the realization that I'm lost. I need saved, right? And for me, I think the best thing to do is just show them the love of God and show them that, yeah, you know, you may have sin in your life, but I know a guy.
Right.
I know a guy. I had a guy come into church the other day, say, "I want to be saved." That was my thought. Well, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Then I had one guy come up and said, "I want you to save me." I, I, I can't save you, but I know a guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's really as simple as just asking for forgiveness,
Right.
and but with the understanding of he's going to want a relationship with you, and
Yeah.
there should be much more after
Yeah.
the salvation experience.